got long legs, you're long limbed, you're probably going to struggle in the squat. For one, long legs are just not great in terms of leverage for squatting. And what I find is that you see a situation where doing really, really high reps with long legs doesn't pan out because you're doing all your reps with your back. You get tired and then suddenly the pressure shifts to your back. Doing really, really heavy reps like singles or doubles or whatever is also going to be the same situation. You're going to shift pressure to the muscles that are stronger. Long leg people are not going to have super strong legs relative to their back strength. So they're always going to put pressure back on their backs to do it. So in that situation, what we try to do is two things. One, find the rep ranges that those people can execute perfect squat technique with and spend the majority of our time there. And then two, find other exercises that let us attack that weakness in their legs, primarily their quads, in a way that's productive. For you, the actual technique, there's two components I'm looking for. One is the conceptual thing. You have to understand what it feels like and how to use your legs, that tactile thing. For that, what we do is like a front squat with a pause on the way down. The reason we do a front squat with a pause is that one, you're in a front squat position, so you're gonna have to stay upright. And two, pausing halfway down reinforces the technique of pushing your knee over your toe and keeping the pressure in your quads the whole time. If we didn't pause, it's really easy to just drop down, have a loose, reboundy, kind of bouncy squat and never really get into your legs, get into your quads. Toes down. Hold, go. Good. Right out of the hole, keep your knee where it's at. Keep it right over the toe. Hold, two, go. Knees forward. There you go. One more. Come. Hold, go. Knees. There you go. The other exercises and other things kind of tertiary to front squats and main movements that we would consider weightlifters, primary things would be like belt squats and single leg squats, because those do an even better job of eliminating your low back from the movement. So in the belt squat, the biggest thing is that we can manipulate the movement to really target your legs. And it's more just getting you to position your knee in the right place. When you squat down, you want your knee traveling forward over your toes out a little bit so you can get your hips down low, but keep your body upright. The tempo is really important for people that have long limbs. It's really easy to try and just bounce and stand up. So I always try to reinforce when you're doing belt squats to like really sit consciously slower, focus on the pressure, focus on where the exercise is working, right? Keep it on your quads, and then at the bottom, drive from your leg. It's super easy for people with long legs and a short back to kind of get to that last minute, that last couple inches and just drop and bounce. And then the first thing that happens, their hips come back, their chest comes down, and then it's just a hip exercise. Oh, you step back on that one. Smooth down, up. Oh, okay. So it's hard, but suck it up and squat slow, squat controlled, then push your legs out of the hole. The single leg squat kind of forces you into a place where, one, you can't use your back very well because it's not doing anything. There's no weight on it. And two, you only have one leg. So you're really emphasizing the use of a leg, your quads and your leg to stand up. Yeah, your hips and adductors and stuff come into play, but the biggest thing is that you're just making it that much harder, which means that you can use a little bit less weight and isolate your quads better. The progression, I would say, is like start with no weight on the single leg squat. Then the first thing would be like, maybe if you're a little unsure of balance and safety, you could use dumbbells. And then if that's pretty good, then put the bar on your front rack, like a front squat. And then the third one would be, or the final one would be like a back squat rack. The reason I wouldn't do a back squat rack right away, or really probably the last thing I would do, is just because, one, it can turn into a good morning again. You can easily start tipping over and then you're in the same boat as you were with back squats. So mostly front squat, mostly dumbbells, but a lot of times the best thing about these exercises like single leg squat and belt squat is that you're gonna have a shitty time with it. It's gonna be hard for you right away. So if you're a good squatter, these movements should be easy for you. So you could use a lot of weight. But because the people that need these movements are probably not good squatters, it's gonna be good for them to use them, because they can use less weight. The whole structure of developing leg strength in this situation is that one, you need to practice the technique flawlessly with the actual squat movements. So front squats, back squats need to be done perfectly, and find a way to do that using the right weights, right intensity, etc. And then develop the muscular qualities, hypertrophy in your quads, with accessory exercises that target them more directly than squats do.